Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I've got a great show planned for you tonight. Let's see who we got in already. Nutty. Hey, see y'all in a bit. Good to see you, Nutty. Hope you're having a great night. Hippie Easter, great to see you. I missed you. Hopefully you're having a great evening. Oh, and Hippie Easter, thank you for your membership. At least I'm assuming it's you. I remember last time because you got it on an account different than the one with your name on it. So I'm going to send you a message so we can discuss how to best set that up. Capricorn NJ, great to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming by. Jamie Carpenter, good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. Anybody else showing up early? Hey, Elisa, good to see you. Hit like and subscribe. I did. Yes, I did. I got two. I got the memberships for the poor and the memberships for the elite. But all members are welcome, and all viewers, members, or chatters, or lurkers, whatever you are, y'all are welcome to be here if you enjoy this kind of content. Welcome in, Jarella. Good to see you. Oh, no problem, Dunny. Enjoy that pizza. Oh yeah, Hippie East, I heard about that. I don't want to bring down the mood, but yeah, that's very unfortunate. Obviously, I'm of course I'm against any kind of like violence like that. I think that's terrible. But yeah, so let's, prayers for anyone hurt. If there's anyone else hurt, prayers for Kirkus family and all that. Let's try to get out to something a little more fun, right? Let's try to keep the mood up. Oh, we got Elizu jumping on the membership bandwagon. Welcome in, Eliza. Thank you so much for your membership. It is much appreciated. Glad to have you, Eliza. And be sure to check the member post I made about the upcoming members only stream, which will be held toward the end of this month. Still not quite finalized that yet. And yes, Jamie, great tip there. Be sure to set up the chat settings. We're going to get started in just a moment. For anybody impatient, if you're watching the replay, skip ahead a little bit. Great way to say it, Hippie East. There shouldn't be threats of violence just for talking, even if somebody doesn't like what somebody has to say. Absolutely. Freedom of speech is to protect what we don't agree with, right? It's very easy to be in favor of freedom of speech when you agree with somebody. So I think that's important to keep in mind. We got to respect others' opinions. And I like to, that's a good jumping off point, I think, for tonight's show. Because even though I disagree with a lot of the people I feature on this show, I still like to respect their right to have an opinion, even if I don't necessarily respect their opinion itself. So I think that's something that's important to remember. And I noticed that a lot of lolcows, a lot of people I critique on the internet, they want to silence their critics. They don't like the idea of having people talking about them, people who have anything other than positive things to say. And somebody I think who could fall into that category, maybe not the worst of the worst, not as bad as Glitter and Lazers certainly, but somebody who does fall into that category is Quirky Love Rosie. She was live yesterday with a meal that she made, which was kind of interesting. It wasn't the worst thing she's ever made, but I watched some bit and there were some real funny tidbits, especially early on. So I think that's a great way to start us off tonight. I actually have 3, maybe 4, I don't remember offhand, but I've got 3 or 4 topics for tonight. So I might run a little quickly through some of them, but trust me, they're going to be good. So let's start us off with a little bit of Quirky Love Rosie, QLR, the notorious. So let me pull up her vid from last night, her stream. And we're going to get this rolling. Oh, and just to let you know up front, later tonight, we got Glitter and Lazers covering her health scare that was last week that I missed. We're also going to be covering her strong woman arc, including the fact that she entered herself into a strong woman competition. Or is it a powerlifting competition? I don't have the full details yet, but I looked into it a little bit. And just a spoiler, can anybody guess the weight limit for the category she's going to be competing in? Because that's something that's going to be coming up. Are they going to weigh her though? That's a better question. Are they going to just take her word for it for the weight category or what? She is competing obviously in the heaviest category. But yes, that's 6 months away. Will that actually happen, or is that going to get memory hold like her 5K in Disney or her 10K in Disney, 7K, whatever it was, that big run in Disney that she was talking about that never happened, that she bought reserved a spot within. So I think the same thing we can expect to happen with this strong woman competition. Although I do hope that for her sake, certainly, that she continues on with the exercise. But somebody who's not interested in any exercise, who doesn't even stand up to cook in the kitchen, is the Quirky Love Rosie herself, with an incredibly clashing outfit. This, even Glitter and Lazers wouldn't put this on.
Where's my other light? Right here. Okay. Thought I was going crazy. Hi. Let me see here.
And Rosie has gotten so huge compared to how she used to be. I saw a video of her the other day where this space between her neck and her chin, I think Jamie saw it. I was covering an old clip of hers from a few months ago. It wasn't even that long ago. And there was so much more space around her neck. This area here, like now this is completely touching. She's gotten so much bigger in such a short time. And when you see how she cooks tonight, if you've seen my previous shows, you know exactly how she prepares food, how she serves herself. But tonight, you're going to really get a good look at that. So let's have some fun.
Let me see here.
She's got Sweet Baby Ray's.
Hey, Seattle, Jessica.
The all sugar sauce.
Paula, Monica, Star, Storm Chaser, Farah, Creme, San Francisco.
Let me speed it up ever so slightly.
Stephanie, thank you so much for becoming a member. It's not letting me scroll up farther than that. Hi, Sierra.
And hopefully the volume balance is good for you folks. That's something that I've been struggling with a little bit lately because I've been running so many different videos and all the girls have different volume settings. Some of them are very quiet, some of them are very loud. So hopefully this mix is good tonight.
Hi, everybody. Come on in.
Let me catch up on these comments now. I'm very behind.
Thank you, Farah. Hi, Theron.
Welcome in, everybody.
We're starting off. Hi, Vic. We're starting off.
Yeah, well said,
Top
Eliza.
of the live. I haven't had a dirty soda.
Welcome in, Nirvana. Great to see you. You're gonna love tonight's talk about Glitter and Lazers weightlifting.
Yeah, I heard some spoiler. I don't watch Big Brother. I heard something apparently crazy.
So Rosie here is making her mixed drink that she likes to make. She doesn't drink alcohol, which credit to Rosie. That's actually, let me say something positive. I always like to say something positive if I can. Rosie doesn't drink a lot of alcohol, which is a good thing especially when you're as big as she is, because she already is struggling with health. So if she were to add a lot of heavy alcohol drinking, even really any alcohol into her diet, it would be very detrimental. It would accelerate her diabetes, and it would just cause a lot of other problems for her. So good for her that she at least stays away from that vice.
Don't talk about it in the comments, but I heard something like crazy happened, I guess. But I saw people like talking about it, I think, on the TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
Hi, Normal. I'm doing okay. I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I'm having, this is day 2 of like a really bad pain situation.
Rosie now is talking about how much pain she's in, but before we get to that, Jarella with a great little pointer. She used to use the sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's. Now she's back to the full sugar. Rosie has a diet a body that was built by sugar, full sugar for a full figure. And I was watching a vegan show the other day, something about a vegan, this guy, Durian Ryder. He was eating so crazy much sugar. And he was like, oh yeah, if you're a vegan, you can eat as much sugar as you want. And I'm like, well, maybe you can, but it doesn't mean you should. Like, you should still try to get protein, even if it is vegan protein. Some kind of pasta, barbecue sauce pasta stuff. Let's see.
Pain flare, that's what I was looking for. Couldn't remember the word flare for some reason. Hi, Mare. So when first of all,
then I take back some of my compliment. At least she's not drinking all the time. But I don't watch her enough. Take it back.
First of all, if you missed it, last night we had a crazy members only live. It went for like 4 hours. We listened to music. I made bacon. And then I was trying to make a roux. It's joint and nerve.
Rosie's gut is so huge that the sugar probably ferments into alcohol by the time it gets all the way through. It probably takes so long to work its way through all the twists and turns that it ferments.
Nerve pain, and it's from the top of my head to the tip of my toes, and it's hell.
Oh yeah, she has
when I talk
nerve
about being
pain
chronic-
from the top of her head to the tip of her toes, and it's hell. Is that possibly diabetic neuropathy? I mean, Rosie has never really been upfront about whether she has diabetes or not, but it's hard to think that she doesn't have some issues with her sugar. She may have said it, though, to be fair. I don't watch Rosie as much as I watch some of the other girls, so I'm not 100% up to date on all of her conditions. But I don't think she's ever publicly said much about being diabetic. I think she maybe mentioned sugar once or twice, or a few times even. But to have all this nerve pain, she doesn't want to. She says she's not diagnosed for what causes it, but I could diagnose it. If it's not diabetic neuropathy, it's just being too darn big. I mean, when you're that big and you don't move at all, you get really stiff and you're going to have a lot of pain.
Ill, like that's what I'm referring to. I don't know the source of it because I started the process for it a couple years back, and I got laid off, so I lost my insurance. Yes, I was just about to get to that normal.
Agreed.
I want to come through for.
Just 1 second. I just want to show.
It's questionable, like, how severe it is and how, like, often it is and all that stuff, Jarella, because Rosie is very much a fibber in a lot of ways. Like, she's somebody who loves to exaggerate stuff for sympathy. So if she's feeling like a little bit of pain, she'd absolutely say it was horrible. The only thing I have is when somebody's that big, I'm sure they probably are in some pain, but who's to really say how much or when? But she's not giving the signs of somebody who's in like a ton of pain right now. She seems to be feeling okay, at least as far as how she's, by her standards, she seems to be feeling pretty good right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe she's just a little loopy on something. Oh, and she melted her entire whisk there. That's what that was she was showing. She's going to explain how that happened later. That too, Jamie, extreme muscle atrophy.
All right, so I was making a roux.
I had a lot of muscle atrophy when I quit working out, and I'm a relatively healthy young guy, so it's something it's very easy to lose muscle mass if you're not careful. I mean, I managed to maintain some of it, but still, yeah, definitely you got to do your diet right, or you're not going to hold on to muscle, especially if you're inactive like Rosie is.
And I was like, oh, let me get a plastic whisk because I got yelled at last time for using a metal one on that pan. So let me try to not fuck up my pan. That's what I was thinking. I go and I fuck up the ratio of bacon grease to flour right out the gate. And I could tell. And I was like, well, shit. I use way too much in this. I don't normally make gravy in this pan. I normally make gravy in the pan I'm actually using today. And I'm stirring. I didn't leave it in there. Like, I didn't just, like, leave it in there and, like, go do something else. No, I was whisking away, doing what I do.
Of course you didn't go and do something else. You don't ever leave your chair. You sit in your chair when you cook. There's no chance you could have got up and done something else. She's like, oh, I didn't just leave it unattended. Well, absolutely you didn't. Because you won't get out of your chair unless the house was on fire.
It shook me so bad I made a YouTube short. Also, I like read some of my poetry.
Seriously though, how hot was what she was using to melt her whisk that badly? Or was that just one of those really crappy whisks that's not meant to be used, or I shouldn't say crappy, but maybe that was a whisk that wasn't meant to be used on a stove. That actually, now I'm thinking about it, that makes more sense. This is probably a whisk that was meant to only be used like for mixing stuff in a bowl. It wasn't meant to be used for whisking stuff at high heat. At least that's the presumption.
In like a journal entry.
Because that's not normal to melt that. Because it shouldn't melt like that. That's not normal for something that's meant to be used in high heat.
I talked about some stuff. I also drank some of my THC drink beforehand, which also low-key I did today because the pain is just so bad. I've been saving what I've had for a while because I don't
She's been saving her THC drink, which now it explains why she looks so loopy. Because I got to compliment Rosie on her outfit here. This might be the most uncoordinated thing I've ever seen. And so if it's intentional, I'm impressed. She's got these earth tone beads. She's got the red and white tie-dye shirt, which I don't know what the heck this is in the front here. It looks, is this like supposed to be like ruffled like this, or did she just like pull it down too much to get it like her head through there or something? Like, I don't know. And this rainbow colored hat that goes with absolutely nothing else she's wearing. So this is just the most uncolor coordinated outfit ever. Oh yeah, and we got the sparkles on top too. Got the rainbow colored hat with the sparkles that don't go with the earth tone beads. Nothing. I think you couldn't have got this more mismatched if you tried. Oh, and the black frame glasses, of course, and the greasy hair.
It every day. I've only got one dose left, unfortunately. I was gonna try to not do it today, but I was laying in bed and I was like, it's either gonna be that or I'm gonna have to cancel the live because the pain is like, even after ibuprofen, I'm sitting at like a 6.5, 7.
Pain was so bad she's gonna have to cancel the live, y'all.
And that's kind of high to be sitting at after an ibuprofen. So, at least for me.
Darn right, Eliza.
What do you mean I look ripped? What?
She does look ripped.
You looked ripped? What? So Creme, I was in the process of getting a fibromyalgia diagnosis.
I mean, what if I know that insects run away from fire? Do you think she just like freeze up from the smoke like a bee?
So, like I said, I got laid off and I lost insurance, and that requires a lot of specialists and money because the way you get diagnosed with fibro.
Sitting in that chair. She said she wants to be diagnosed with fibro. Is that what she said?
Because the way you get diagnosed with fibro. Oh no, I'm not yet.
So she's trying to get diagnosed with fibro, which I believe is short for fibromyalgia, which is a painful syndrome that women typically get, but some men can get it.
I get like, no, what you see in my eyes is pain. I get like.
Rosie, you may have some pain, but you look stoned. You look really stoned. Like, I don't think Rosie smokes a lot regularly. So if she's doing this THC drink, she looks pretty loaded. Oh, speaking of drinks, I mentioned it the other week, but I think it's worth mentioning again. There's this stuff out there, which has been out there for a while now, but it's become especially prevalent in the gas stations, like the over-the-counter drug market, over-the-counter highs, I guess you'd call it. It's kratom drink. There's one called Feel Free, and there's some others. They sell them in like gas stations. They just look like a drink, like an energy drink. But that stuff can be highly addictive. And it's like there's some controversy over whether kratom can be safe or not if you're using the natural stuff. But the extract that they put in those drinks is unsafe. It's too strong. It can be addictive. And there's not really any regulation of it. So don't think that just because it's in a gas station that it's safe. I mean, there's plenty of things in a gas station that are unsafe, right?
That's when I'm in a lot of pain. But it takes like 2 hours. Like 1.5, 2 hours.
Yeah, Jarella, that's what, like, her hair is greasy as hell. Look at that.
You'll probably notice in my demeanor when it hits. Okay.
She found something with sleeves big enough to get around her arms.
Making my dirty soda.
Making her dirty soda. Oh my God. Just adding cream. Why not just have the actual Coca-Cola? Like that. I mean, like how many calories? She's putting in like what? Like at least a quarter cup. Probably more like a half cup.
And then I've got this lemon left.
Ugh, that looks so nasty to me. Right? Like, why would you use that like hard plastic that melts?
Yeah, I got a lot of important things eliminated, when I went through that process, but.
That's how I feel with Glitter and Lazers. If she wears her compression stockings, I like the outfit like way more.
I don't like to go too in depth about it online just because I don't have a diagnosis, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that I hurt. So, yeah. Just put scalp.
She just knows that she hurts. Exactly. Rosie, I believe that you have some pain, but just because you have pain and it's poorly defined doesn't mean you have a syndrome. It doesn't mean you have some condition just because you have pain. I mean, it's possible you might, but you got to rule out some other stuff first. And I think the most obvious culprit, a lot of like people in the chat have all said, diabetic neuropathy seems very likely because her weight is just ballooned. She keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that monster is going to rear its head at some point, and it's going to breathe some fire.
Oven with a pound of cheese in it, no skimping today. Well, hell yeah, Chart Lord. Looks like
Let's
you're really
lose
working towards your username there, buddy. Sorry you were in pain. I thought having arthritis was hell on earth. Yeah, I don't have
Agreed, Jarella.
arthritis. Actually, like, there was someone on Twitter who, like, sometimes does, like, recaps of my lives, and she said that, and I was like, I never said that. I actually specifically think I said I didn't, or if I brought it up as I brought up fibromyalgia. This was, like, within the past couple weeks. And I was like, I have, like, nerve pain and joint pain, but we actually specifically checked for arthritis, and I don't have it. I think you're getting people mixed up with that.
So they checked for arthritis, and she doesn't have arthritis. That's great. That's great. But at her young age, I mean, to even need to check for arthritis when you're only 33 is scary, the thought. And I do understand some people, they have genetic predisposition toward arthritis, and they can develop arthritis at a young age. But for most people, though, you don't get it that early, for most people at least. And this cream soda she made looks so nasty to me. Like I could actually, like, for making a dessert, like a root beer float actually does taste good. I've had one before. Maybe some people here haven't. You just add ice cream to root beer. It's really good. But adding heavy cream to diet soda sounds awful. Ugh.
Because I've in the past couple years been checked for arthritis, so. But thank you, Norma. I bought this hat in one of my first ever vlogs at a art store in the mall.
Lust for food.
I'm not asking for help advice. Thank you.
Cream soda the worst way. Well, that's interesting,
anyway,
Aliza. That's a good point.
That
is interesting. Some people can get arthritis young. That is true. Hopefully most people won't get it till they're older, but some people will be unfortunate and get it younger. But Rosie doesn't seem to be one of them.
Oh, forgot to put this away. Okay. Hi, chick.
Welcome to Talia.
Okay.
I agree there.
So,
Rosie's got way too much weight on the
I brought
frame.
pain for a reason, because I had different plans for today's live. I wanted to use the homemade gravy I made last night to do that like fun viral trend with the like volcano. You make like the volcano out of mashed potatoes. You do like a little gravy lava with the dino nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen. I mean, hopefully for most people, it hopefully shouldn't, but it can happen for some people when you're young.
I thought it'd be fun. But I've realized I've overcommitted myself this week with my live schedule specifically.
Welcome in, Anna.
With like ideas that I just had a bunch of ideas pop up, and I was kind of, I can do this, then this, that. And also I have upcoming travel plans, so I have to think about that and like the expired.
Oh, her travel plans. Has anybody who watches Rosie a little more than me? I know she's done a few lives. Has anybody got any details on her trip to Vegas? Has she given out any more tea on the subject? Because to me, that's something interesting. Like I still think that she's going there to do some kind of, well, actually people have said she might be going there to work on a podcast, which is theoretical as well. But I'm surprised she's not doing any kind of sex work, because she has a history of that. And I know that, that's done a lot in Vegas. So just, if she's not good for, I'm glad to hear that she's sticking to what she said she doesn't want to do anymore. So I'm glad to hear that she's sticking to that. But I'll be interested to see what actually occurs there.
Of food and things like that, so I have to prioritize certain things. These are gonna go bad. I just got these, and I already have to cut out a bad part on this. So like, these need to get.
Agreed. Rosie's diet includes some good foods, like she'll eat stuff like steak, but she eats so much of it. She eats so much red meat. She drinks all this diet soda. She's always eating processed crap. A lot of what you call inflammatory foods. And then she complains of undiagnosed aches and pains and general health problems. If you have health problems that you can't really, explain well, a good place to start is just clean out your diet. And you don't have to live on a strict diet, but it's a good starting point. Like, change up your diet and see if that makes a big change. Because sometimes it will. You'd be surprised how much changing your diet can have an effect.
Use, and I haven't. The onion would probably be fine, but for this recipe, and I did consider.
Yeah, you can have too much red meat.
Them, but I just don't have.
That is a thing.
The enthusiasm and energy today that I want to do something like that. So today, I'm making something I've made many times. This is something I ate constantly throughout my childhood.
Yummy.
We never really had a name
good.
for it. I called it barbecue kielbasa pasta. It'll make sense when I make it. It's
barbecued kielbasa pasta. Well, first of all, I do like the name of it. I like it because it rhymes. But I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it on principle, but I don't like it. I don't like it. And here's why. Maybe call me a purist, but if I'm gonna have pasta, I like to have it with Italian style sausage. Maybe that's because I'm an East Coaster and I'm used to the more Italian style, but I like the Italian style sausage with the pasta. I associate the Polish sausage more with bread or potatoes. That's just how that's how I associate it. I'm not saying you can't do it differently, but that's just, I'm a traditionalist in that way.
Delicious. Anybody I've had try it likes it. If you like barbecue sauce,
I do
like
too.
It. Pretty much. Sans maybe a couple things.
Oh, and that's another thing I wouldn't like. The barbecue sauce with pasta, that's something I don't like. I know some people love that, but I do not. I do not like sweet sauce with the pasta. It's not my style. I know some people like that a lot. And I don't mind if there's like a little sweetness to the tomato sauce. That's good, a little bit. But I don't like that real heavy sweet sauce that some people like. Like you get the barbecue sauce, or some people, they like chili on the pasta, like sweet chili. I don't really like that. That's just not my style. I like, if I'm going to have something like that, I like it with bread. I like sweet chili with tortillas, or barbecue sauce with French fries. That's good. That's one time that's my one of my fat guy recipes that I really loved back when I was heavy. Was I would love to put some barbecue sauce on the French fries. That was
when you eat meat.
That was good.
And so I wanted to actually make it this time, but
same page,
hello,
Capricorn.
but take a moment to like.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I've never measured the amount of barbecue sauce I put into it, so I have no idea what to write down for a recipe.
Yeah,
I want to add this to my recipe.
I don't know why you'd eat that.
So I'm just gonna take note of everything that I'm using, write it down. I'm low-key excited for your cooking stream. I made peppers, onions, and garlic with whole grain pasta.
I feel good that everybody's in agreement with me, because sometimes I'm an okay cook, but sometimes my recipes are a little bit weird. So it's nice to know that all the chefs agree with me for a change.
All of that is actually in my recipe, among other stuff. But
that creamy diet soda is just killing me.
Yes.
It's sending me.
Also, when I have...
Oh, you know what else sends me? This is like a weird pet peeve of mine. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. I cannot stand how Rosie uses her stove as a countertop and uses her countertop as a stove. She has that hot plate on the countertop, and then because I don't know if it's the handle on the oven or what, but or maybe the stove is higher up, but for whatever reason, she can't like reach onto the stove to cook. So she uses the stove as a countertop, and then because it's easier for her to sit in the chair and reach the hot plate, she uses the hot plate. That is, I mean, she's eaten herself so fat to the point where she can't even use her stove properly. At least until I see her use that stove normally, I am of the belief that she has something that prevents her from using it, like her fupa's in the way or something.
Flares, I know that they can last anywhere between 1 to...
Good question, Nirvana.
4 days.
Good answer, Jarella.
I've had spells that are longer before, but not very often. Hello. Oh, did she end her live? Hello, everybody.
I hate when the kitchen gets cluttered. I've mentioned before I can be a little bit messy sometimes, but I like the kitchen clean.
Call the guys so you can enjoy your time out.
I got to keep the kitchen clean. I got to keep the sink empty.
Tomorrow.
Because I got to have space to cook.
She enjoys her pizza. Did she raid me? No, I don't think so. I think no, that was Nonsense's channel.
Yeah, then in the kitchen also you get bugs and stuff.
Yeah, so I was hanging out like a bit in the beginning of her live because it's been interesting learning about.
By the way, we're not going to watch Rosie's whole live because it's 2.5 hours and I have like 3 other subjects I want to cover. So we're going to fast forward just a little bit to this part where she starts writing down the recipe. And if anybody has any parts they can recommend in advance, please let me know because I'd love to put them on. But I only have a few highlights selected because I do have to. I do want to cover some of this, but there's just so much. I can't cover the whole thing.
I'm going to just like pick different gel color pens for each recipe card. I think it'll be fun. Like if it's like differently seasoned or maybe if it's like a garlic chicken sausage or something like that, that'd be fine. But if you don't like an Italian seasoned one or something like that, that would be weird. But yeah, they also just sell something called like smoked sausage. Because this is Polska kielbasa made with pork, turkey, and beef. So it's like a mix of meats.
These kind of sausages, they can be tasty, but make sure you check the label because some of them can be just so high in fat. They can just be like 80% calories, excuse me, 80% fat by calories. If you're looking at the caloric content, the percentage of the calories from fat, some of them can be like 80%. It can be crazy. If you're on a keto diet, it's not as big of a deal. But if you're not on a keto diet, if you're on like a traditional calorie counting diet, this kind of sausage is usually a very poor choice. But a keto diet, it's a little bit better.
Oh,
but Rosie's not on a keto diet, so this is a very poor choice for
her.
her.
I was also just, from the place I was ordering from one location for this.
And 2 full things of sausage you'll notice as well. So let's fast forward to the part where she actually starts cutting it up. So first she cuts up a bunch of vegetables. We're going to skip through this a little bit because it just takes way too long. But she cuts up a big thing of onions. She cuts up a big thing of peppers as well. So let's show on the plate here. She puts them all into the pot.
For a really long time. There for a minute.
And I don't know if she's been taking criticism, but I'm glad to see that Rosie is not as reckless with the knife as she was in the past. Maybe she just got lucky today. Maybe I just found her on a good day. But she cut these vegetables. She was relatively safe. Wasn't like in the past, the other time where she looked like she was going to cut her hand open. So hopefully she's learned a little something about that.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if she eats it all at once, but she eats a lot of it at once. She's going to cook it and start eating it before the end of the video. Yep. Agreed, Nutty. Sausage is one of those foods.
Hello, A.
That it's definitely worth spending a little bit more because the better quality, I'll say, it's not always more expensive, but typically the better quality sausage has a little bit less fat. It's still going to be fatty because sausage is always fatty, but you want the one that's got a little bit less fat if you can.
I made a dirty soda, which I hadn't had in a hot minute because I'm on a little bit of a kick.
They're like all fat.
I was just
like
80%
pretending
pretending I didn't have soda there for a bit, and I was just really
crazy.
focusing on drinking my water because I'm trying to drink less
Maybe
soda
90,
overall and make soda stretch because what do you mean $6 for 2 liters?
Oh yeah, the price of soda. If anybody drinks soda, this is a great time to quit. This is a great time to quit. Like I don't believe in taxing like soda like on purpose. But if the soda companies want to charge that much, if they want to charge, $3 for a 2 liter, I mean, just forget it. Just forget it. I mean, they're charging like $6, $7 for a 12 pack. It's crazy now. Just soda is already bad stuff to begin with. It's loaded with sugar. If you're getting the diet soda, the more I think about it, I don't like the diet soda. Because when you drink that diet soda, it kills your taste buds. And then anything with natural sugar doesn't taste sweet. So if you drink a diet soda and then you eat like a yogurt or something, the sugar, like a sweet yogurt, the yogurt's not going to taste sweet. So just keep that in mind, that the diet sodas can really numb your sense of taste.
But it's something that I still want to have occasionally. I was like, ooh, I
yes,
have a hankering for a dirty soda. It's been a minute.
The highly processed stuff is not a first choice.
I'm prepping right now for the barbecue kielbasa pasta.
That's a good point. Her mom's sausage is her mom's recipe is basically all ingredients all pre-made ingredients you can get from the store. I mean, not to knock anybody who uses pre-made ingredients, because I certainly use plenty myself. But I just think it's kind of funny that her mom's recipe, oh, this is what my mom passed down to me, and it's just some stuff she bought from Publix.
A dirty soda is basically when you take a soda of choice. For me, that's
because you really can't pass down a recipe that uses pre-made ingredients. And here's why, before anybody thinks I'm just being a snob. Because the pre-made ingredients, the flavors change over time. That Hillshire's Farm sausage, it's not the same flavor that it was 10 years ago. And in 10 years from now, it's not going to be the same flavor anymore. So if you made a recipe now using this Hillshire's Farm sausage, let's say that it was a good recipe. Let's say you found some really delicious recipe that uses this sausage. 10 years from now, that sausage is going to be tasting completely different. So that recipe of yours isn't going to work anymore. So you can't pass down a recipe like that. So that's why if you have a recipe, you want it to last forever, it has to make stuff from scratch, because that's the only way you can guarantee the flavor. And even then, like, the flavor of the ingredients can change over time, but the ingredient flavors are going to be much more stable than the flavor of something that you buy that's already prepared.
Diet Coke, or I've even done it with Sprite Zero. And then you take you make like a full.
That reminds me of like the old story about the grandma and the granddaughter, and grandma would use 3 pots to boil potatoes, and the girl asked her mom, so why did we use 3 pots to boil the potatoes? She said, I don't know. Ask your mom. Ask my mom. Ask grandma. So she asked grandma, why do you use 3 pots to make potatoes? So I don't know. Ask great grandma. So she asked great grandma. Said, great grandma, why do you use 3 pots to make the potatoes? And said, because back when I was a little girl, we didn't have 1 pot that was big enough. And that's the story for why grandma used 3 pots to make the potatoes.
Like, for me, I use this big of a cup, but it can be a standard 16-ounce cup, whatever.
Well, if you're treating yourself, that's a little different.
A tablespoon of cream.
A tablespoon of cream, Rosie. I saw that. That was not a tablespoon. That was at least 3 or 4 tablespoons. That was probably more like a 1/4 cup.
And for me, today I use lemon, but you basically add a wedge of lemon or lime.
That's good stuff. Healthy.
You could also it's got really popularized because
wow,
The
Jarella.
Secret Life of Mormon. The Secret Life of Mormon.
Big stats right there. And she's gonna eat at least half of this food. So she's eating over 1,000 calories of sausage, just like what she's gonna eat before the end of this video.
Mormon wives, which I recently got into. Let me see. Lemon and cream. I'm telling you, you don't have to use a citrus if you want to use a flavoring syrup of some kind. And
I personally feel that if you add lemon to the heavy cream, it's gonna curdle, isn't it? It's gonna get weird if you add lemon to heavy cream. If you gotta drink that quickly.
I have the vanilla syrup over there. I've used that before. If you have a strawberry syrup, a cherry syrup, whatever.
Ooh.
If you're lactose intolerant, then yeah, you're probably out.
And that's full sugar barbecue sauce?
It's just really good.
Wow. She's going to be...
Drink.
Rosie is just doing feeder stuff nonstop. And then she's got cream in her frickin' soda. No wonder her hair is greasy.
It's delicious.
It's just leaking out of her pores. She's got grease leaking out of every pore. This girl is just working on a different level.
Better. I've never had a dirty soda. Hey,
Amanda. Welcome in, Amanda.
Lovely to see you.
I don't think she finishes the entire thing tonight, but I haven't watched it all the way to the end. I don't know if she finishes the entire thing, but I'm pretty sure she finishes at least half.
I also like to thinly slice the sausage because for the optimal meat to pasta ratio, I want slices of meat in every bite. So
I don't like her technique for cutting.
You can slice it how you like. But
Probably
also when you
Italian.
fry it, it can make a nice texture.
Oh, and for anybody not aware tonight, we're also going to be covering some new Gorls. I've got Tophia Chu. We're going to talk about plus size clothes. I got Samira Cambrielle, the woman who got in a fight with Cardi B. I have an update. Just yesterday, she posted a brand new message about her fight with Cardi B. We're going to be covering that. And I also have Glitter and Lazers on her Strong Woman arc. So we're going to be covering just a little bit more Rosie. We're going to be skipping ahead and just after she does a little more of the sausage. So yeah, she's making up this whole big thing of sausage. Let's see how much she puts it in over here. Oh, she stands up for a second. Let's get a look at her size.
Oh goodness, postcards. Well, I hope that all gets sorted for you.
She's gonna stand up here.
You're not a pasta fan. You know, neither's my brother. He'll eat ramen, but okay.
My God.
I'm gonna wait. I'll make another dirty soda when the food's done. That's what I'll do.
This girl is, I mean, I like that she's got the sleeves on too. But wow, this girl just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like every time. And I don't like to make fun of somebody just for being big, but she's doing this feeder stuff. It's crazy. Like she's trying to gain weight. She's absolutely trying to gain weight.
So let me just fix this out real quick.
She's drinking cream in her soda, eating 2 pounds of sausage at a time.
All right, what do I need? I need the garlic, the seasonings. There's my drink cup. Salt, pepper.
Holy crap.
Ba, 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 ba. There it is. I wonder
real
what this
eyeful
would
here.
taste like if I added ranch powder. I bet I'd really like it.
Ranch
I love
powder?
barbecue and with ranch seasoning on it, honestly. But
This wasn't nasty enough. Barbecue kielbasa pasta with ranch powder in there. What the heck is she making?
I'm not gonna do that. That's
This
not
is
how
awful.
it's
I'm not
normally
exaggerating either. Like I would never eat this crap. I would never eat this crap. I'm not a food snob, but I would never eat this. Adding in ranch powder now? That's just disgusting. That's unfit to consume. And all this garlic, I feel like she's just doing like what do they call that? Just throwing in everything. Garbage can pasta. Hobo stew. That's what she's making. Hobo stew. You just throw everything in.
Start. Let's get that heated up.
Lovely view here.
Oh shit.
I'm surprised she's still standing. No, that didn't last long. Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. And by the way, I have this sped up by 10%, so this is a lot faster than she normally moves. Like, put the speed back to normal when she gets back in the room. Look at how tiny that pot looks compared to her. I can never get over how small everything looks next to her body. Look at the size of that bottle compared to her. Like, it looks just tiny.
Does this go in this?
Compared to one of her boobs, it looks small. Like, that bottle looks small.
I can't remember.
Like, she could like, hide it under her cleavage.
It would be good, though. Worcestershire sauce would be really good in this.
She could hide it under there. Welcome in, Saving Nation. Good to see you.
Sorry. I have a very, like, small working space. So having everything out all at once is just chaotic as
She
fuck.
relies on those little distinctions.
Okay.
Yeah, this is nothing any person should be eating. Jamie, I totally understand. Hey, welcome in, Saving. No problem. Thank you, Nutty. I agree. Oh, she canceled that trip? She may have. Okay, Elisa, interesting. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm from the South. I'm a Southerner, even though I have a bit of a Northern accent.
All right.
An honorary Southerner at this point. All right, so we're going to skip ahead just a little bit here. I do want to see her cook.
Sorry, turtles.
So she does stay standing for a little bit here, which is good.
Okay, how order do I want to go in?
This is the most standing I've seen from Rosie in a long time. And now she gets to sit back down.
I feel like I should brown the links first, because then all the fat that renders can just help me cook the
She said I should cook the links first, so all the fat that renders. And I thought she was gonna say, oh, so I could dump it out, right? So I could be a little bit, so I could use that to cook the pasta. Rosie, you're cooking your arteries. That's what you're cooking.
Then
I
feel like I should brown the links first, because then all the fat that renders can just help me cook the vegetables and infuse the flavor.
Right, she can infuse that flavor of the kielbasa into the vegetables. Right, that's so much better than just dump it. Yeah, never just dump out that fat when you make the sausage. That's good fat. How could you let it go to waste?
And then
this isn't the Great Depression. We don't have to save every bit of grease that drips off of the food.
I can just put the links in the metal bowl.
Oh, Andrea, I skipped through that. I didn't see that. I skipped that part.
Like saute.
But thank you for mentioning that.
So I cooked them down for like a minute. You can do this a lot faster. I just like to put some love into it. You know what I'm saying?
And welcome in, Andrea, by the way. Welcome in to anybody who's come in. If I missed anyone, welcome into all the lurkers as well. And anybody watching the replay. You're all very much appreciated. Thank you for coming in.
So I think I want to yeah, I want to do it that way. Because then I can wait on the garlic so I don't burn it. I still want to stitch a piece of that sausage. Yeah, it's good.
I bet it's good. It's like 80% fat. And this is a perfect time. Well, I'd like to say thank you to all of my channel members. I've got a new one today with Elizu, but yes, we have a bunch of channel members now. I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you fine folks. You're very much appreciated. And I'd also like to single out to the Tier 2 members. We've got Hippieista and Canada Cool. Thank you very much for your Tier 2 Doctor's Associate memberships. Hippieista has that membership under a different account, which is something she and I have to figure out, but that's why you don't see the badge next to her name. But thank you very much appreciated. And all viewers are very much appreciated, I should add as well. Let us continue.
So when you slice it, like, look how, like, some of them are, like, so thin. Also, you can, like, eat a few of these to equal a normal sized chunk of them, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so let's see her cooking the food in the hot plate here.
For iPhones. If you have an Android, the other standard link, you can copy
what is she
in
doing?
Your browser.
Okay, I thought she was cooking on the hot plate. Is she cooking on the stove finally? Did she finally stop using the hot plate for everything?
I know. So there is a link on my community tab post for iPhones.
Thank God she has a sleeve on. Thank God she has a sleeve on right now. This would be, they would have to restrict this otherwise.
If you have an Android, the other standard link, you can copy and paste it into your browser. Like whatever browser it is you use.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Whatever Android. I don't know what it's called.
Thank you so much, Hippieista.
I love the smell of sauteed vegetables. Me too. The smell, let me tell you something. If you ever saute bell peppers and onions, just throw some Worcestershire sauce on them. I think I might do it for this recipe because it just tastes
She's going to add some Worcestershire sauce. Now, this is her mom's recipe. She's just making it up as she goes. She's making it up as she, her mom's going to come over and be like, oh, Rosie, this is good. What is this?
Good.
Or no, Rosie, this is horrible. What is
Every time
this?
I do that, my whole family goes, what smells so good? And it's just literally bell peppers, onions, and Worcestershire. That's it.
Like, what smell? When Rosie cooks onions in Worcestershire, and the smell covers up her own natural musk, they're like, oh, what smells so good? It's so much better than usual.
Sometimes I haven't even added the salt yet. You know what I mean? But if you want your kitchen to smell like good home cooking, just those 3 ingredients in a saute pan, let me tell you.
Good Lord. I take it back. She's still using the hot plate. What is going on here? How am I so like confused about where she's cooking where? Like, does she have a second thing on the stove as well?
Basically, I'm just gonna brown these for a bit. You see that?
She's got the half-empty one
There's
barbecue.
no oil. These sausages are like, I don't know if I'm getting the pan well. These sausages are pretty like fatty. So you really don't want to add oil. Like, it's like crazy at that point.
Hopefully Rosie's been loud enough to hear.
But I'm gonna get these crisp up. Words are hard. Real good. Some of these didn't break. I didn't go through these and fix my poor knife skills very well, so I have to fix that. You eat your sweet Vidalia onions like apples. You're brave. But I pretty much exclusively use Vidalia onions. I don't ever buy white onions or anything else.
Welcome in, Cinnamon Girl. I missed you coming in, wherever you are. This is absolute feeder fodder, Andrea. And then she straight up eats it at the end. At least she's standing for like a few seconds here, right? This view of her boob just like kind of like shaking back, like what the hell is this supposed to be?
Sorry, I'm having to break these up. They're like,
sit down, Rosie. You're always sitting. The one time she stands up, I want her just to sit back down.
Pieces of 4 that I didn't cut all the way through.
What is this? This camera, Christ. Welcome in, Jeff's Couch Pineapple. Yes, I'm here tonight. Welcome in. Enjoy the show. Welcome in, Cinnamon. Congratulations on being pregnant, not on standing. But congratulations on standing more than Rosie too, I guess, right?
Let's cook for a bit. What did I do? Damn it, Rosie.
And why is her sink so full? I don't normally like to sweat people about having some clutter. I think having a little bit of clutter is whatever, but Rosie, if you're going to cook a big recipe like this with multiple pans and multiple ingredients, and you're not just you got to have your kitchen, you got to have your sink clean. You can't have it full like that. You know, it's not like you got one little thing in there. That's a complete mess. That's unacceptable.
You weren't done yet.
That's unacceptable to have the sink be completely full like that.
So now I'm just putting the veggies on the bendable cutting board because I'm going to put the cooked sausages in here.
And why is she keeping that melted whisk? Just throw that thing out.
Hi, Jessa. But there's already a lot of fat being released from the sausage.
There's a lot of fat being released from your sleeve.
You know, I don't normally like jalapenos, but I haven't tried them in a long time. I'm just worried it's gonna hurt my tummy.
She does like 3-hour eating sessions.
Sample the word.
This
1 moment.
This video might be the longest I've seen her go without eating in a while. Like most of her videos, she just like eats. Well, actually, I take that back. She's been eating on and off throughout this video, but she's only been snacking a little bit. Usually, she's like eating like every 30 minutes, 20 minutes. She grabs something to eat. So this video, she's only had like a few little bites. But she's going to be eating heavily by the end. So after she gets this cooking just a little more, we're going to skip ahead. Because we do have a few other topics to cover tonight.
Chef always gets taxes, exactly. You get it. Hey, Nerdy, good to see ya. I'm doing good. I'm pretty quiet today. Sorry about that.
It is crazy how her whole body like just kind of goes together here. It just like forms one solid piece.
But I'm just like trying to be focused. I also think I've hit the, what was the word I came up with yesterday? In the members live, was it shablonied?
Good Lord. So let's see her assemble the ingredients.
Hey, Pistol. Authentically my recipe. But, I mean, at the end of the day, cooking, you really...
So where does she assemble it together?
I can wait a little bit longer before I keep moving forward.
Sit back down, Rosie. Thank you.
Miss Upper Thigh gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Miss Upper Thigh. Hello.
Okay, so here she's going to add the barbecue sauce. Let's see how much sauce she adds in. I love the sound effects of the barbecue sauce being splattered in. I'm not even sure why, Taliu, but that's at least a good reason.
I have no idea why I can't.
Oh, we got a super chat here. I almost missed it. Let me pause for a second. Thank you, Easter, $4.99. Oh, geez, absolutely. Prayers, if anybody would like. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Hippie Easter's mom here. If anybody'd like to throw some in, more than welcome to. But absolutely, Hippie Easter, I will be sure to include her in my prayers. Let me put the comment up here. Yeah, absolutely, Hippie Easter. And thank you again for the $4.99 super chat, but very much appreciated.
I genuinely can't see a single thing they're saying, which is weird. I don't like that. That makes me a little uncertain to believe them, because that means that they may have blocked me.
She also does that with garlic. She'll add like scoops
Or
of garlic,
versa.
minced garlic, and garlic powder.
And I don't only block people who are nasty to me.
Welcome in, Angel of Glass.
I'm just confused on how they can chat and I can't see them.
Good point,
I'll
Elisa.
see what I can see in the replay.
Didn't even consider that.
So 3. Four. So that's a cup.
YouTube is weird like that. Like I don't like. I would like her to be age restricted. Otherwise, I'm not against her being on here. But that's like the one thing I would like to see. But I'm surprised that Foodie is able to keep her platform after all this time. That's one that really shocks me. And Glitter and Lasers, she has so many viewers and she used to get so many views, but she puts out so much toxic content. But we're gonna get to that soon. That's gonna be the next subject tonight. We got Samira Cambrielle fighting Cardi B.
This is the only barbecue sauce you can use.
I've got Samira Cambrielle having a spat with Cardi B. Samira Cambrielle is one of the most annoying influencers on Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is. But I found some videos by her, and they are just so obnoxious. So obnoxious. If you want to be angry and frustrated and listen to somebody like J-Bay, remember J-Bay? Samira is just like J-Bay. She's like an angrier, meaner version of J-Bay.
Has to be Sweet Baby Ray's to make this correctly.
That's how I'll describe her. She's like a meaner version of J-Bay.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to want at least a cup and a half. That's what as I was measuring it, I was like, I think I'm going to need a cup and a half.
Respect, Amanda.
At minimum.
I mean, some of these girls, they wouldn't understand that, work if it kicked them in the butt.
Because I can tell visually just by looking at it what it needs.
Nutty, I don't want to say I hope so, but I wouldn't be upset if she was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? She just squeezed that crap in, and she's still going. How much of this stuff did she use?
Actually, let's do 1 3/4 first. Let me stir it a little more.
She just keeps squeezing it.
Oh, actually.
All right, now let's get to the part where she eats it, because we only have so much time. I don't want to run out of time tonight.
YouTube recently dropped ads in the chat.
So let's see the full. Look at this giant plate she serves herself.
Just being
Where's the
negative
plate?
for no fucking reason. Throw away this. Here. Okay.
And the bottle of barbecue sauce is smaller than your arm. At least she's putting the good stuff away for once.
And then...
It's crazy how much of the frame she fills up. This is a widescreen camera. This is a 16:9 frame. If this was a 4:3 television, she'd fill up the entire thing. And she doesn't get... And she's starting to get that booty thing where she's getting as big front to back as she is side to side. Rosie has always been more wide than she is than anything, but now she's starting to get so big front to back that it's making her look a little bit less wide. She's becoming more cylindrical. You can really see it here. She's starting to get more of a cylindrical body shape. She's just completely round around the entire body. Circular cross section, if you were to describe it physically.
I'm not making macaroni and cheese. There's no cheese in this dish.
What? She's not going to do any laps. The only laps she's doing is putting the bowl in her lap. It's water weight. Speaking of water weight, Glitter and Lazers gained 15 pounds of water weight in one day. What the heck? How do you do that? 15 pounds. I don't think she's drinking 15 pounds of water. Another dirty soda. It's dirty soda to go with her dirty hair. All right, let's get see the actual size of the plate now. Let's fast forward a little bit.
A happy good dinner to you. I wish
There we
good
go.
dinner as well.
Let's see her scoop this crab out. Look at this slop. She's already breathing hard, too. You can hear her breathing, and she's not even mic'd up, and you can still kind of hear her breathing. Listen. If I turn it up, you can hear it. You hear that?
A happy good dinner to you. I wish you a happy good dinner as well.
You can hear her breathing because the air conditioner's off, so you can hear her breathing even though she's not mic'd up. Pretty wild. Yeah, you can hear it still. You can hear that she's breathing through her nose. You can hear her nose is kind of stuffed up. Size of that plate.
And this is the final dish. It's so simple.
It's so much barbecue sauce.
If you try to make this with any other barbecue sauce, it's not gonna vibe.
That's got to be like a pound and a half at least of food on the plate.
But you want like an even coating of the sauce.
You want an even coating of the sauce. That is drowning in sauce. That is drowning in barbecue sauce. And that's barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is not like tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is mostly water. It's mostly tomatoes. It's not barbecue sauce is mostly corn syrup. Like that sauce is mostly corn syrup. What the heck is she making for herself? Corn syrup and sausage and pasta. This has got to be like, I don't know the relative amount that went in that plate, but that amount of food that she cooked, she made like 3,500 calories of food there.
You just don't want it like drenched in barbecue sauce.
If that's a third of that, that's over 1,000 calories. You don't want it drenched in barbecue sauce, but it is. But it is.
And if you want it a little less saucy, like if you're someone that kind of likes dry pasta or whatever,
A little bit less saucy. Yeah.
Congratulations, Tiny Ghost, because you're just being negative for no fucking reason. Sayonara.
She blocks so many people.
But yeah. We're going to gonna go ahead.
To be fair, Rosie doesn't really know what swimming is. Like, in her idea, swimming is just kind of standing in the water. So maybe to her, that is kind of not like swimming. I don't know.
And let me get a bell pepper in that bite. Because if it were up to me, for this amount of food, well, I guess not if it was up to me, because it technically is up to me. If bell peppers weren't so expensive, I would have 2 green peppers and 2 like yellow or orange peppers, because I love a lot of peppers. But 2 will do the job. But I like this to be really like bell pepper heavy too, because it's just more filler and it tastes really good. I also would even add like another onion, because I cook them down so it shrinks a lot. But because I love bell peppers and onions.
Her breathing through her nose sounds so restricted. Like, I can absolutely hear her breathing through her nose when her air conditioner is off. Because normally the AC is on or the fans are on and you can't really hear. But now that that background noise isn't on, you can really hear the air going in and out of her nose. And I wonder if her nose flattening out from gaining weight has something to do with that. Because her nose is definitely flattened out more, like as she gains. And we're going to kind of skip ahead here a little bit to the very end.
But
so she doesn't quite.
Yeah, we have a Sam's membership.
She doesn't finish the
I'm planning
entire.
to go later this month.
But she finishes that bowl almost entirely. It looks like. Holy crap! She finished the entire bowl. She finished the entire freaking bowl.
Primal Queen is a beef organ supplement. Oh. I'm very wary of supplements, stuff like that.
Hearts for Tiny Ghost.
That was bomb.
That was bomb. It's bomb because it's going to explode your blood sugar. It's a sugar bomb. Yep. And by the way, I skipped ahead, but she showed herself eating the entire meal. Total feeder bait content. 20 minutes almost of solid of eating. So, yeah, I skipped through that, of course.
That was bomb.com. All right, folks.
Too slow. She likes to wolf it down like a snake.
Is liver slimy? I did not know that.
I don't really eat a lot of peppers.
I've never had it or cooked with it or worked with it in any way.
There's all you can taste in there, I am sure, is barbecue sauce. There's no way you can taste any kind of vegetables in there. You cannot taste one drop of pepper or onion or even the sausage probably, or even the pasta. All you're going to taste there is just barbecue sauce. You're just tasting endless barbecue sauce, and the rest of the food is just there for texture. There's no way you're tasting anything else in that mush.
Maybe I should do some research.
Did she have a second plate? Did I miss it, or did she have that afterward?
I hope you enjoy.
What, she had 2 plates? Holy crap!
Aldi.
Holy crap!
That in the future. I was specifically ordering from Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, she finishes the first plate.
Zaxby's is so much better.
Oh my God! Thank you.
And if you've never had a Zaxby's, I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Andrea. I almost missed that. Holy crap! I almost missed that.
I just like places with more variety.
So she finishes the first one like it's nothing. She finishes the first one like you do. Did anybody else realize that her arms movement is restricted by her neck getting in the way? Like she probably couldn't even lift her arm up all the way because her neck would be in the way. That is crazy. She's drinking a cream soda with cream in it as she's eating 2 giant servings of barbecue sauce filled with pasta and sausage.
I live in Ontario, so I don't have cans for Zaxby's.
Insanity. Insanity.
I'll tell you, if you ever go to the southeast of the U.S., you got to try Zaxby's.
She's doing all this while she's also talking about fried chicken. And Zaxby's tastes decent. I'm not going to hate on Zaxby's, but...
Come on now.
All those fast food places, even the good ones, you got to avoid them when you're as big as Rosie. It's like It's like when you're somebody that big, you got to look at fast food like a drug, because that's what it is. Fast food for Rosie is like a drug. It's like if somebody is addicted to alcohol, they can't just go and have a few beers. If Rosie is a food addict, she's a junk food junkie. She can't go to Zaxby's really at all. She really shouldn't be going there at all. She's just too big. Zaxby's is fine, nothing wrong with Zaxby's, but when you're Rosie's size, you can't go do it. Thank you, Andrea. I almost missed that. She doesn't have a life wish, that's for sure. She doesn't care how long she lasts. It is too sweet. I've had it before.
I've never had liver.
And it's not bad. It's
Liver
just
and
too
onions
sweet
and
for my
gravy.
taste.
I've never had liver.
Yeah, wow.
That scares me.
That is crazy. It's crazy. Welcome in again, Angel Glass. If I missed you coming in earlier. I think for me too,
It's so
Jeff.
good.
I'm not a small eater.
Is liver a food
But
that's
they taste
like
good.
a good thing to eat for a source of iron?
Drella is correct. Zaxby's is a pretty simple place, but if you just want chicken fingers, they're good chicken fingers. They really are. But they are
I know
just
it's a
chicken
meat
fingers.
product, so it probably is.
But as far as chicken fingers, they're probably some of the best. I'll give them that.
You have to eat liver once a week because of gastric bypass? How are those two things related? Like, I'm genuinely asking.
Okay. Speaking of stabbing food and lack of manners, that is a perfect segue. Because Rosie, as much as I'd love to cover you all night, I got too many other subjects for tonight. I got somebody here called Samira. So let me pull her up for you. So let me let Rosie run till the end.
Yes, amazing and disgusting source of iron. That's funny.
So let me find the video here. 1 second. One second here. Let me pull this up. Have to use Sweet Baby Ray's. Can't use the other one. Okay. Okay. So there was a recent controversy going on with a few women going online. Cardi B, a popular hip hop artist, said some funny stuff, made some funny jokes about the triple extra large clothes she was offered selling out. A TikTok influencer named Samyra attacked her. They've been going back and forth. And now Samyra has recently published a response, which is pretty darn angry. So let me share Samira's tab. This is Samira. She is calls herself a plus size influencer, plus size model. I've reviewed some of her content. She's just seems incredibly angry and hostile. She's angry at basically everybody. Her way she deals with Cardi B, I think, says a lot. So we're going to kind of do it in reverse order. We're going to start by looking at the recent response that we just got. When I spoke about Cardi B's, let me go back. When I spoke about Cardi B's fatphobic comments, I did so respectfully, with the hope of encouraging her to think about the impact of her words on her plus-size fans. Her choice by her telling me to shut the F up and to calm myself was vulgar, dismissive, and escalated the issue entirely. I'm no stranger to fatphobic harassment, but Cardi B's direct comments toward me have encouraged a new level. She once again signaled to millions of people that this kind of language and violence toward fat women is acceptable. Language and violence. Cardi B can be vulgar at times, but basically she told you to chill out, quit being so uptight. And what is your response to escalate? I still stand by everything that I said in my video, especially your being talented. All right, for my own piece, I'll be taking a small setback from posting. So what started all this? The original post between Cardi and Samira begins like this, with Cardi making what I thought was a very funny joke. So let's listen to Cardi's joke, which I actually covered before, but I never covered it in full. So let's listen to her full joke. 1 second here. Let me reload this so it's can see the thing in full. Here it is.
So what I wanted to tell y'all was that let me just open now. Oh, Jesus Christ. What I wanted to tell y'all is that we really underestimated the box sets. So the box sets are completely sold out, especially because you fat fucks, clearly you guys are fat as fuck. No Chick-fil-A for y'all. All the 3X sold out. Yo, the 3X sold out like in 20 minutes. Now, knowing that my fans is fat, I can't even make fun of fat people no more.
All right, so Cardi B there, if you didn't quite catch that, she was joking about how her fans need to chill out. You need to stop eating so much Chick-fil-A. Y'all got to stop eating so much because the triple XL shirts were the first ones to sell out, which is kind of a funny joke. It is. I think it's a funny joke. Cardi is known for having a bit of a rough sense of humor. I think she could, I'm not a fan of her personally, but I'm Team Nicki Minaj. I think I mentioned that before, but I do like that. I think she's funny, and I think she was being funny here, and I think that she, whatever. So let's see. So Samira, of course, responds to this very angrily, very uptight, and very unhappy. So let me pull this up here.
And ears are deceiving me because I just woke up, but I know I did not just see a video of Cardi B talking about she was surprised that her 3X sold out and that her fat fans are just big as hell and shouldn't have no Chick-fil-A.
Because she doesn't really come across so bad yet, right? She doesn't seem so bad yet, but let's let it keep going.
And now she can't make fun of fat people no more because she knows she got fat fans because the 3XL sold out? Didn't you do a song with Lizzo? Didn't you perform at Lizzo? I just know I must be tripping. I don't know if my...
Okay, so she didn't really do a big hostile response in the beginning. I'm not sure what happened between this and the other one, but it didn't end here.
eyes and
She made another response, which was a lot more aggressive.
B, I'm very surprised that I have to remind you.
I think, let's see, is this one or this one? Hold on. There were two of them here.
If this is what gets us to finally talk about artist merch and the lack of consideration for plus size fans, then so be it. Because the number of times that I have attended concerts and not been able to purchase a lick of merch is a problem. And it wasn't because they had sold out.
So the number of times she's gone to concerts and been unable to buy stuff has been a problem. Let me share some of my history with buying stuff when I was younger, buying like concert clothes. I didn't go to a lot of concerts, but I remember going to events and wanting to buy clothes. I remember that the t-shirts used to top out at an extra large. That's where they topped out. And sometimes for a very popular item, you'd be able to get a double extra large. Whether that was right or wrong, that's just kind of the distribution of the sizes, just because that's what, if they're selling merchandise, it's a slim margin. You're not going to make money if you're left with unsold items. So the way they do their inventory is they don't want to be left with unsold merchandise. I know that doesn't sound, maybe fun, but that's just how it is. I think it's great that more plus size options are available. I'm in favor of that, especially if the options are flattering. So I'm not against them selling bigger clothes, but when she needs a quadruple X, she says, or a 4 or a 5X, it's not realistic to expect every item to come in that size. And I don't think it's because of discrimination. I just think it's because they have an issue with unsold merchandise. They don't know how many of those they're going to need. And I'm not trying to stick up for big corporations, but especially for smaller artists. If you're a musician and you're doing a show and you've got some shirts for sale, you're going to try to service all of your fans if you can, but you're not going to be able to carry a lot of plus sizes. Maybe you can get something special ordered, but I think am I being too obvious here? All right, let's keep going.
It's because nobody considers plus size fans. And of course, access to plus size clothing is a problem everywhere. But it truly does baffle me, especially in music, because do you think plus size people don't listen to your songs? Do you really think you don't have plus size fans? And it's not just merch. It's also any clothing collabs that artists do. They never consider their plus.
Yes, she did. That's a good point. And Lizzo is somebody who always kind of like was very aggressive about her size, and that she's lost some weight, which I think is great. I don't really know like a ton about Lizzo, so I don't want to give a ton of I don't want to say a ton about her, but I know that in the past she used to be pretty difficult.
Plus size fans. Everything stops at an XL or an XXL, which is not a plus size. Go to Google before you comment something silly. But like, yeah, it's just a complete lack of consideration. And then when you do attempt to have a 3XL, which is also not a plus size, again, Google is free. And then you go and pair it with fat phobic comments like the one.
That's actually a good point, Jizzo, and that's what a lot of times what I would do is I'd buy a poster, or I'd get a bag, or I'd get some sticker, whatever, or I'd just get a T-shirt that maybe, the extra large shirt, if it didn't quite fit, I'd get it and just, have it and just like keep it. And maybe if I lost some weight in the future, I'd wear it, But I mean, it's just, it is what it is.
Ones Cardi B made. It's really just like, even when you think you're being considered, you're not. And all that said, it's
so let me
just
go back
a complete
here.
lack of consideration. And then when
complete lack of consideration. I love how she says a lack of consideration to a woman who was selling triple extra large shirts. She's selling triple extra large shirts. And she's saying, well, you don't have any consideration for your plus size fans. I'm not an expert on Cardi B, but in my opinion, I did not detect any disrespect. I detected her making what she thought was a funny joke. I don't think she intended to be rude. If she did upset somebody, I don't think that was her intent. I think because she just jokes a lot in general, and a lot of her jokes are coarse. And that just is what it is. And if you're a fan of Cardi B, you probably should be okay with her being like that. That's just her style. Whether you like it or not, if you like her music, I'm surprised you don't like that. But anyway, so they don't consider their plus size fans. Then why is she selling triple extra large shirts?
Do attempt to have a 3XL, which is also not a plus size. Again, Google is free. And then you go and
it's not a plus size, y'all. Triple extra large is not a plus size. What is a plus size? I thought plus size was like the next step above straight size. I didn't know that plus size meant like only the biggest size Like, what is a plus size, Samira? Is a 4X a plus size? Let me guess. 3X is not a plus size. You know why? Because she can't fit into 3X. Because she can't fit into 3X, 3X is not a plus size. That's how that's her scientific process behind this. She's a very educated woman. She learned, an entire scientific. So she looks at the clothes and she says, "This fit me? No? Okay, it's not plus size then."
With fat phobic comments like the ones Cardi B made. It's really just
fat phobic comments. Can you understand what a joke is? This woman was born without a sense of humor. She was born without a sense of humor or metabolism.
Like, even when you think you're being considered, you're not. And all that said, it's not that hard to have plus size merch. And it's also not that hard to not be fat phobic. Look, if this is what gets us to finally talk about artist merch and the lack of consideration for plus size fans, this will be it. Because the number.
Okay, so she continues to go on. She's got even more of these.
I'm wondering if there's anyone that could help me.
So before we get on to the next one, let me just respond to a few of your comments here. I have not really bought a lot of stuff at concerts, so I'm going to take your word on that, Alizu. And congratulations on getting the weight down, Jessica Couch Pineapple. A lot of us here have worked on our weight or worked on ourselves in various ways, so tons of respect. I think that's awesome. And I think that's a great point. You can only expect so much. I remember when I was at my biggest and I was starting to size out of a XX, I just didn't expect most places to have clothes that fit. And if they did, it was great, but I didn't expect it. That's another good point, Jizzo. There's XL I have an XL shirt that fits me great, and then I have an XL shirt that's loose. So it just depends. Right? You're right. It's not a plus size. It's bigger than a double XL is a plus size. Triple XL is super plus size. Is that what she's trying to say? I mean, maybe 3X is the next step up. Maybe that's what she means. Okay, so now listen to this. So now she does another video responding. I'm covering this all in depth. If anybody's seen this before, my apologies. But this is my first time covering this properly in depth. And I think this is interesting. I think Samira is worth covering again in the future as well. So this is Samira's response now, like your secondary response to Cardi B. Because the first one wasn't enough. Says, somebody said to her, "It's a joke, y'all, calm down. Fat phobia isn't a joke. And if you think it is, here are some books to read." Books to read. Could you be any more condescending?
If there's anyone that could help me find some books on like fat phobia, weight stigma, diet culture. Do you have Fearing the Black Body, Sabrina Strings. What We Don't Talk About When We Talk About Fat, Aubrey Gordon. Belly of the Beast, Deshaun Harrison.
I have this one called Unshrinking.
Oh, I have that one. Man is the last
Yeah.
name. I think that the Fat Talk one is interesting. I haven't seen that one before.
Could you be any more condescending? Imagine if, you know what I thought of this? I thought, what would this be similar to? This would be similar if I, as a Christian, got offended by Cardi B's music and said, Cardi, since you're so ignorant about right and wrong, let me teach you about what's right and wrong. Here, let me sit you down. Have you ever read the Bible before? Let me quote you some verses out of the Bible. How condescending and how obnoxious would it be for somebody to do that? Because that's essentially what she's doing here. She's responding to a joke by getting upset and demanding this person reads these books and these verses and repents for her actions. This is absurd. This is absolutely absurd. And she makes herself look like a joke, which shows to show she doesn't understand jokes. Because if she understood jokes, she realized that she looks like one. So let's continue.
Cardi B, I'm very surprised that I have to remind you. Cardi B, I'm very
Let me see your, if you have any responses as well. All right.
surprised that I have to remind you of this, but just because someone else makes a joke doesn't mean you have to make it too.
In other words, humor is wrong. Just because some people think it's okay to joke, well, it's not. Joking's bad. Don't you dare joke. Girl, people make fun of my BBL every day. This is Cardi B's reply. I was talking to my fans who was making fun of the same thing, like it's not that serious. Cardi B does not attack her. Notice how Cardi B doesn't say to her, well, Samira, if you knew me, you'd know that I was joking. And here's some of my songs you could listen to. Why don't you listen to some of my music and educate yourself so that you know more about me before you presume. No, instead you say, look, Samira, just chill out. It's not that serious. I'm not trying to fight with you. Why are you looking for trouble? I mean, and considering Cardi B is a hip hop star who promotes hip hop music and all kinds of things, you'd think that Samira, who says that she loves hip hop music and who I believe she even likes Cardi B, you'd think that she'd be a little more tolerant of what she has to say, be a little more willing to accept that maybe her intention was good.
You know that, right? And also, maybe the reason why people feel so comfortable making fun of your BBL is because you do not command the respect that you so seek.
She's comfortable with people making fun of her BBL. You know why she's comfortable with it? Because she's secure in who she is. She's not going to get upset and jump around screaming and yelling at people if they don't approve of everything she does. And for you to tell Cardi B she's wrong for having a thick skin and being mature is crazy talk.
Maybe if you stop using fat people at the expense of jokes, then people wouldn't do the same for your BBL. No, they shouldn't be making fun of your BBL. But also, no, you shouldn't be making fun of fat people.
You know what, Samira? I think everybody should be entitled to make jokes, especially if they're not making them intentionally to hurt people. I think if people are really trying to make fun of Cardi B to like hurt her feelings, be mean, I don't like to see that. But I don't think that means that they should be silenced. Right? That's what bothers me about Samira here, is she's calling for silence. She's calling people to be silenced. She's not saying, hey, I disagree with this and I want to, make a point and I want to, express my disagreement. She's saying, no, you shouldn't be allowed to say that. You should never say that.
And neither should they. But if you are going to sit here and still say it's not that serious and offer a cupcake in the camera to anybody who is so upset by it, well, I'm going to offer you a few books.
Again, she's so darn condescending. This is so obnoxious.
That I recommend.
Read these books. Read these books. Educate. You know why she's handing off these books? Because she knows that her argument is nonsensical. Her whole argument boils down to, I have no sense of humor and you should be offended because I am. No, I'm not offended. I'm just not. And you should chill out. Well, you should read these books. You sound so obnoxious, lady.
Why fat phobia is something so serious and something that should not be taken lightly and something that should not be joked about.
All those books cannot teach you how to have a sense of humor, though. That's the thing. Cardi B knows something that none of those books can teach, and it's something far more valuable. And it's called knowing your own sense of worth and not needing to constantly establish your own value you know, and I'm trying to think of, maybe I'm phrasing as well, not needing to constantly show off and preen and show off who you are, being able to be secure in who you are. Hopefully I said that a little better. Being secure in who you are, not needing to constantly prove yourself. There we go. Now I'm getting my words back. Being able to not feeling the need to prove yourself constantly.
Especially by someone as powerful as you. You are powerful. You are talented. And I am happy that your 3XL merch sold out. I am happy that you now see that you have fat fans. But if you would like to keep those fat fans, please consider unlearning fat phobia and standing up for them instead of standing against them.
Standing up for them instead of standing against them. Does she even realize that the whole point of Cardi's original video, if I'm not mistaken, maybe correct me if I'm wrong here, it came across almost like her saying thank you to her fat fans, saying thank you for buying so many of my shirts. I appreciate it. And thank you so much. I'm even going to make a little joke about it. And it wasn't meant to be rude. That's just how her sense of humor is. If you enjoy her music, you enjoy her content, then you're probably going to enjoy that joke. I totally see where she's coming from. And I'm not even somebody who's like that familiar with Cardi. And even I, you know, I'm supposed to be Mr. Uptight. I'm supposed to be the one who's against bad language. I'm the one who's always in favor of decorum and people being respectful and all that. But I think that this is okay. Like, I'm okay with this. So finally, we get back to where we started, which is this letter, which only came out, I believe, yesterday. Or no, excuse me, 2 days ago. Where she basically just doubles down, triples down, and says, Cardi, we're never going to do this. We're never going to see eye to eye, and I don't like you. So let me just show off one or two of her videos, just so you can get an idea of who we're dealing with.
We are in the fitting room at Gap, trying on the larger size in the Gap Base collection, which is an extra large, a 16. I am not wasting my time.
So she's doing the glitter and lasers here, just so you can get an idea, where she goes to stores and she takes clothes that she knows won't fit. And I don't know if she tries them on or not, but she does this whole pretend to be upset thing.
With a size 16. I want to give this one a try because it does look a little stretchy. Hey. Oh, it's see-through.
That is not a good look for anybody. You can see your whole belly through that, girl. That is not a flattering look right there. I don't know what she's trying to prove with this.
Girl, that's my belly. This is my belly button.
But yet, it's not okay for Cardi B to make fun of fat people, but she's making fun of herself, right? I mean, I guess it's okay to make fun of yourself, but come on.
Like, can y'all see the tag in the back? This will put me on the no-fly list real quick. But go big, right? Y'all couldn't go big, so now I gotta go home. I actually got a lot of tea on the collection while I was in there. A little birdie told me that when it came to the distribution of sizing that was sent to the store for the collection, it was like max 1 or 2 XLs in every single product. And I went through the sizes of just the denim jackets, and let's count together.
So they have 3 double extra small, okay?
Get to the bag. They said big bag, bitch. You want a snack? Well, this big bag, bitch, she got the stack. So put big bag, bitch, clothes on the rack. Ooh, on the rack.
This song is very vulgar. I'm turning this music down. So in other words, she's upset that they have a lot of small sizes. We can fast forward a little bit through this. We don't need to see this whole thing. So in other words, she's upset that they have 8 or 9 of the size small and extra small. The point is, if you want to get extra large plus sizes, go to the plus size section. They have an entire plus size section where you're not going to find the extra small or the small you're going to find nothing but plus sizes. So why don't you go there instead of being so upset when you go to the other side of the store, right? They have an entire plus size section. How would it make sense for somebody? Okay, let's reverse this for a second. How about somebody who wears, let's say, a size medium, goes to the plus size section and they complain, oh, there's no mediums here. There's no smalls. This is terrible. This place is discriminating against me. It'd be absurd. It'd be absurd. And that's a good point, Elizu. The sizes are relative in that sense also. So we've only got so much time tonight. So let's continue on to one of our other subjects of the night, another new Gorl. And we're going to cover more of Samira in the future. She has a lot of these clothing type videos, which I think are pretty funny. So let me go over to pull up somebody else who's going to be a newcomer for tonight, who is Tophia Chu. That's right, Tophia Chu. There's too much to explain her whole history, but we have a perfect tie-in because she is going to be complaining about plus size clothes and how they don't look good on her and they don't fit her. And well, she explains it a lot better than I can. Let's see this here. And this is thankfully from a channel here called Patty Melt. Let me share a link to her channel. And this is here where you can get a mirror of Tophia Chu's video. So let's check it out.
I'll probably leave hate on this video. Telling someone to strictly go to the gym just... So I have a question, being a plus size girly, and I know people are gonna probably leave hate on this video. Telling someone to strictly go to the gym just to fit in cute outfits does not work. And if you don't include all sizes for all body types, then I do not want to support TikTok shops. I love this dress. Look at how beautiful this dress really is. I would love to wear this dress. I thought, ooh, maybe I could...
She says, look how beautiful this dress is. I would love to wear this dress. Okay, yeah, I mean, this model looks good in the dress. I'm not going to dispute that.
Save this dress, favorited it for when I do have money, which I don't.
She's saving it for when she does have money. And I'm not trying to mock somebody for being poor, but this dress costs $2.60. So she's bookmarking it for when she has enough money to afford a $2.60 dress. There's no words.
And I'm saying in the future, when I have money to buy this dress, I would like to buy this dress. This looks like a nice going out to a nice dinner type dress. I do want to dress nicely, but then I went and clicked to see the option sizes and it only goes up to a size large.
So she wants to look nice, but she complains that this dress only goes up to a size large. This $2.65 dress only goes up to size large.
It is false advertising when you got women who look close to your size.
Women who look close to your size. This woman looks close to her size, she says. Let's hear that again.
It is false advertising when you got women who look close to your size that look like they're plus size promoting these TikTok shops who do not include all sizes of dresses, because this dress is a very beautiful dress and I do love this dress, but I'm so sick and tired of being delegated to either dresses or clothes that have too much fabric because they don't know how to make plus size clothing, so they make the fabric.
She's sick of having clothes with too much fabric because they don't know how to make plus size clothing. She's upset because they don't fit her body well. And of course, you'd think that she must have a really voluptuous, curvaceous body, the way she describes herself, right? She says she looks like this model, and the clothes, there's too much fabric, they don't fit her well. You know what?
That they put too much fabric and it makes you look baggy or ugly.
Yeah, it makes the clothes are what make her look baggy and ugly. Because, it's not her body.
I would like to wear this dress. This is a very beautiful dress. I think I would look nicely in this dress. But it's disappointing to me when I click on the TikTok shop and it only goes up to a large. It's not that hard to offer plus size options for plus size people.
It's not that
who
hard.
Want to look, dress, and feel good without having to compensate that for ugly designs and ugly clothing and extra fabric. It is a very beautiful dress, and I don't care if people say that I would not look good in it. I think I would look very beautiful in it.
I think she looks very beautiful. We're going to get a look at Tophia Chu full figure in a minute, but I want to point out here, this model, even this model wouldn't look good in this dress, because look how heavily photoshopped this looks. Like this part here where it curves in around the waist, if you could zoom in on that, this looks very photoshopped to me. And this side looks photoshopped too. And her skin is very smoothed out. It looks like everything about this picture looks very heavily edited. So even this model wouldn't look like this if you saw her in real life. So for Tophia Chu here to say that she would look similar to this model, even this model doesn't look similar to this model.
This dress, I think I would look nice in this
Right?
dress. Maybe I want to dress nicely. Maybe I want to go out to a nice restaurant. Maybe I want to enjoy life a little bit more.
It kind of does.
If that's wrong, not
No,
now.
she's huge.
But I mean in the future. And, you know,
If you have, by the way, let me say this. If you haven't seen Tophia yet, Tophia is huge. And she has not what you would call a curvaceous shape.
when I see something like this and then I see it only goes up to a large or an extra large or an XXL, which is not even plus size, let's be honest, like the sizing.
She's got to be at least a triple extra large, Tophia is.
If you guys think an XXL is a plus size, then you need to reevaluate, because that is not plus size, okay? Plus size people will tell you what an XXL is. Like, if you can't offer options or sizes up to at least a 4X or beyond that, then I don't know why plus size girlies are giving false hope by promoting these brands when you literally go up to a large. Like, I saw this girl that looked like she was my size, and I got excited, which is why I clicked on the dress in the first place.
She's in her size, you know. She saw this girl who looks like her. You know, with
and
Tophia,
she literally was not plus size.
when she sees a girl who looks like her, she wants to get a dress to get that look for herself. Because let me show you another picture of Tophiachu here, so you can get an idea what Tophia would look like in that dress. Here's what Tophia looks like in a shirt and pants. This is a better picture of this girl. So when she says that she thinks that model looks like her, yeah. What the heck is she talking about? What is she smoking? This is Tophia. This is Tophiachu right here. This is the same girl right here. So yeah.
Because she got the dress up to a large. So I'm pretty sure the biggest size she got was a large. And they're using plus size girls to promote these, because I don't know how many girls I've seen that are not the size that it goes up to that are saying that it fits them. Can we stop offering sizes also that are one size fits all and hoping that it fits everyone? Because no, it should.
And I also love that her eyes are like just pointing down. Like I think she's just reading this whole thing, but there's no periods or punctuation. It's just one giant run-on sentence that she's been reading for over 3 minutes straight.
Be one size fits most, because it's not one size fits all, because yes,
because it's not one size fits all, because it's not one size fits everybody, because it's not, it's all one sentence.
Better for the size that it was built for, but it is one size fits all. But if you wear that size, it'll look weird on you if you wear it bigger, and it won't look good. Can we just offer the sizes that people are in instead of making a one size fits all? Thanks. I would like cute clothing. I would like to wear stuff like this, but I can't. And yes, I'm going to speak up as a plus size girl.
I would like to wear cute clothes like this, but I can't. Well, you should. You know, you're right, you can't, but that's because you're too big. It's not because they don't sell it.
We need more options, and we need more, we need people to be more inclusive. That is it. That is all. That's all I have to say. If you hate on this, then you're fat phobic. Can we stop fat phobia in 2025, please?
This is the difference. Samira and this woman. This is like the difference of 25 points of IQ. If Tophiachu had another 20, 30 points of IQ, she'd be Samira.
I think I would look very great in this dress. I don't care what haters say. It's all about confidence and being confident in yourself. And how can we feel confident in ourselves when companies like this don't even offer options past the 4X?
How can you be confident in yourself when companies don't offer more than a 4X? That's brilliant logic, right? Like seriously, if these companies don't offer more than a 4X, how will you ever be confident about yourself? If you can't get this dress in size 4X and show your entire Photoshop body, and this woman has a giant head. I just noticed that her head's like this picture must be heavy. Did they make her head bigger with the Photoshop?
And then we tell people to go to the gym and lose weight.
How dare we tell people to go to the gym and lose weight?
How do you expect people to go to the gym and lose weight when they don't even offer larger option sizes for workout clothes either?
Yeah, you don't even have clothes. How are you going to go to the gym and lose weight when you don't even have clothes? You're going to go to the gym naked? Is that what they want? That's what they want.
And some people have diseases or disorders. I'm not saying I do.
I'm not saying I do, but well, you're not saying you don't.
Where they can't lose weight.
Oh no, you definitely don't have that problem. That's Glitter and Lazers' problem.
It's not fair.
Your body betrayed you. It's not fair.
That's all I have to say. Please offer more sizes. Thanks.
There you go. That's the best of this clip. I got a little bit more of Tophia Chu though. I got a little more of Tophia. Let's keep it going tonight. You know what? Actually, we're a little bit short on time. I think I'm just gonna cover a little bit of Glitter and Lazers to close us out. I'm gonna close just a little bit. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do a little bit of Anna to close us out because I'm running low on time. So let me close out just a little bit of Glitter and Lazers here. So I've got some Glitter and Lazers content. Let me pull this up. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. I gotta keep the volume off because she uses copyright music. Her skin looked like a disaster in the first part of that, I gotta say. And I've you know, I don't like to hate on people for being ugly, but you could usually do something about your skin to an extent. I understand that I think that she picks at her skin. I don't know if she does or she doesn't. But she gets all these skincare products, and her face just it looks like she's been tearing at her face, like she has a disorder or something. So it's very unpleasant to look at. And I don't mean unpleasant purely in the sense that it's unattractive or unaesthetic. I mean it's unpleasant because it makes you think that she's picking at her face, and it's unpleasant to think about. So she's saying that she got several real comments about her skin and her body from people who don't even follow her. Well, if they wouldn't be able to, because if they gave you comments, you block them. Honestly, Instagram's not the lovely place it used to be. It used to be a good echo chamber. I miss my community, which the focus wasn't pushing creators to chase more, huh? What does it even mean? Humans are meant to be universally palatable. I don't need more followers. I want to connect more with the ones I have. That's why you turn off the comments on everything? Because you want to connect more? Huh? Yeah, full of crap as always. Let's continue. So let's see some of her lifting videos, lifting spots here. Today's workout fit. What the heck are these shoes and socks? Thank goodness for the stockings. I think this has been filtered. Her body just looks, the edges of her body look too smooth. Don't they? Like her body is so freaking lumpy. But everything looks so darn smooth. Something's weird going on here. Her body is not this smooth. Her body is nothing but freaking lumps. Let me get a picture of her of Glitter and Lazer's actual body. And here's another one.
Let's do it. Oh, easy.
It's easy. You know why? See this right here? This is stopping. This is kind of pushing you up. You have a natural rubber. I'm trying to think of the word for it. A natural bumper. She's got a built-in bumper. Look at that. She's gonna have her whole fupa's gonna be black and blue. She's just like doing fupa presses. That's it. She's doing her fupa press. All right. Exactly. Skipping off her gut. Exactly. It's like a bouncy ball. Yeah, on this device. And I'm not trying to hate on somebody big for working out. I think it's good that she's working out. But this particular device is not suited for her body. This device in particular, she needs to use a different one. Because that just ain't working. But respect her for working out. I'll say that. I like that she's working out. But that's not the best choice. So let's see what else we got here. I got a few more. Oh, here's a good one. And this is why I'm so hard on Glitter and Lazers. This one right here. You see that? Is it painful to lift weights when you have lipedema? Post-surgery? Not at all. Before surgery, I never could have done what I'm doing now. Also, it helps manage my stress, which actually improves how I feel and helps slow down regrowth. That said, everybody is different. Oh, it works for me, and it may not work for others. So she's really wants us to believe that getting all that plastic surgery, all that liposuction has somehow enabled her to do this exercise that she couldn't do before. Really, really good to know. All right, let me pull up some more here. Share this tab. She's actually doing a pretty good amount of weight for a female. But this brings me back to what I said earlier about her going in the competition. Everybody, you let me know what weight class you think Glitter and Lazers is registered for. So let's read this over here. They finally let you put the log over her head as opposed to putting the log into the toilet like she normally does. I am doing an exclusively strict overhead press at the end because we haven't worked on the form of a push press yet. The gym has quickly become my favorite place to be. So let's look at her actual form. I'm going to be a form stickler. I'm going to be a bit of a jerk. But I don't really know how to do a log press, in fairness. So I can't really criticize her too much. But I do notice, though, how her body is. Look how small this log looks in her hands. Like this, she is so huge. She's built to lift stuff. She really is. Like, I think that she has the ability to be a strong woman competitor. But it's not going to happen for a while. And until then, could she please wear something that doesn't show off every line in her fupa? I mean, come on. We got all these creases in here. Is that really necessary, Glitter? Yeah. All right, we got more. Let me find a good one here. I got a really good one. Hold on. 1 second, folks. Let me put the bumper back on for a second. Here we go. Here's the one I was looking for. Found it. All right, got to turn off the music, but let's see this one here. Everybody, read that wording very carefully. Forgot to post this yesterday. I got all hyped about the wedding. I kind of let everything else slide. Don't let this video fool you, though. Whoops, hold on, I lost the page. 1 second here. Don't let this video fool you, though. I felt these yesterday, and I'm still feeling them today. Also, fun fact, and no, this is not a fun fact. This is the literal opposite of a fun fact. This is a super unfun fact. I have reached that point in lifting that I now have to explore pelvic floor therapy. So that's fun. In other words, she's lifting more weight than her body can safely handle. It's putting too much pressure in her, too much intra-abdominal pressure, which is putting pressure on her bladder and causing her to spray urine when she's lifting. This can happen for female lifters if they're lifting exceptionally heavy loads or if they are already struggling with physical issues. Just say it like that. So this just says that she really needs to work on her health somewhat because she's not lifting a lot of weight yet for somebody her size. She's only just started and she's already experiencing these issues, which means that she can't really go up much higher. Because if she goes any higher, she's not going to be able to control her bladder at all. And she's going to, so I don't know what her long-term plan is, but if she can't control her bladder within the first couple weeks of lifting, if this weight is already too much, rather, then I don't really know if she has any room to increase. Exactly. She's only started lifting a few weeks ago. This should be easy for her. Yeah, very much moose knuckle. But yeah, she really should be lifting. I mean, she just started. So this should be easy for her still. For that, she's already lifting enough where she's starting to have issues with incontinence is not a good sign. Hopefully that's something that'll go away as she gets more fit. But unless she loses weight, it's not going to matter. And this here is a good example of what I meant when I said I felt her lifting journey was going to fail before she became successful. I didn't know what was going to give out first. I didn't know what kind of injury she was going to experience, but this could be it. If she can't lift without peeing herself, she can't do strong woman competition. I mean, I guess she could, but that's not a good look to be unable to control your body when you're lifting, and you're not even lifting a large amount of weight. You're lifting weight that's not even like significant for somebody your size. So, okay, I wanted to point that out, not to shame anybody, but just to say that Anna's physically not as healthy as she likes to say she is. So let's continue on with some more content here. Oh, and here's another one. This one for all you dog lovers. What the heck is this? Why is she lifting her dog up by the neck? Like, is that really a good position for the dog? Like, what the heck? And look at the side cleavage. What the heck is that? That looks like an entire slice of ham, doesn't it? Or like a toilet seat. That's big. And why is she holding her dog by the neck? Like, she's trying to show off how strong she is by torturing her animal? Exactly. Right? That's an old, frail animal. That dog's old and weak. He's frail. He's not some young, healthy dog that is jumping around. And that thing's old and frail. She should be kind to Data. She treats her dog like he's a stuffed toy. She just throws him around. Oh, yeah, those arms are so swole up. Could be lymphedema acting up there. She does have lymphedema now, I think. There's so much content here, but I'm not sure which ones you've already seen yet. Let's keep going here. Oh, here's a funny one. This is actually an old one, a throwback. Turn off the music. 5 stages of Anna at a party. Anxiety, drinking even more, drinking way too much, violating other people's personal space, passing out from alcohol. All right, that's a throwback. Let's see what else we got here. Got a little more content still. Oh, this one's funny. You're very strong. I weigh a little, 330 pounds. I think if you carried me, I would be very light, right? How would you carry me? Tell me. Do you think you can carry me with one hand, and how many repetitions would you do with me? Tell me. You know, it's nice to receive a creepy DM for once that's not about my weight. Is this what Glitter meant when she said she was dating again? Is this what she was talking about when she said that she had a man in her life? Because he's very cheeky. I think that's what she meant when she said she was dating. Talking about that. Oh, and this video here disgusted me. This one I found absolutely disgusting. Horrific. I'm going to share this to give you a bad dream before we go.
This is too much. What about now?
No, stop. Please stop. And those boots. Good Lord. Everything about this woman is cringe. Let's see, I got a couple more. Let me see if I can find a short one to end us with. This one should load. Oh, here's another angle on the one with the bad skin. Let me show this one to get you scared. Beautiful, right? Isn't Anna just a gorgeous woman? Hey, you know what? Actually, somebody who I've not seen in a while is actually live right now. Let me post a link here for anybody who would like to check out some foodie-related content. We're going to end it up with a link to Cowboy Dog. Anybody wants to go over and check out Cowboy Dog, let her know that Dr. Phil sent you. And I'm going to say good evening to everybody because I think it's just around that time. Hopefully you've had a good night tonight, folks. I know I have. Enjoyed the content with Glitter and Lasers to end us out. But I really thought the Tophia Chu and the Samira section was really good. The Rosie React, I thought that was fun too. Really, I liked all the segments tonight. I thought they were all quite good. Yeah, everybody, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you again, Alizi, for the membership. Thank you to all of the members. Thank you, Hippieista, for the $4.99 super chat. Very much appreciated. And everybody, all the viewers, all of the chatters, all the lurkers, you're all very much appreciated. Thank you very much, folks. Have a wonderful night. And if you'd like to get a little foodie content, be sure to check out friend of the channel, Cowboy Dog. Let her know I sent you if you go over there. Good night, everybody. Prayers for Hippieist's mom. Thank you, Capricorn. Yes. Everyone, hopefully have a great night. Feel great. You're doing better than Glitter and Lazers, right? Won't want to trade place with hers. Ooh.